Hey there, just a quick word of warning before we begin. In between our first two recording sessions and starting to upload these episodes, one of our players, the first one I introduce, actually changed her name and pronouns. So while you're listening, please be advised that the name and pronouns that we use for her are outdated. Everything should be good to go starting with our second hunt, but please be advised that we are using outdated information in these first couple episodes. Thank you for understanding. Fringe theory is based around the genre and trope of various horror and thriller media. Please view the episode description for a full list of content warnings. Thank you.
Yeah, is this thing on? Sorry, not as good as being interviewed as the last guy was. What was it you were asking me? If I was religious? Well, years ago, sure, we all need some kind of rock to anchor us, right? Whether it's a religion or routine or romance or, well, for me it was risk. Sure, the scriptures call upon us to be fishers of men, but out there on stormy waters, my rock wasn't God itself, but the knife's edge between the waters and God's gates. I always wondered why we were called to danger when a cozy life by the fireside would be a lot better, right? Well, take those four fine folks staying over at Maribel's. They make their life out of chasing danger. Maybe one day their horsehair will snap and the sword will fall, but they push themselves regardless of the risk. Yeah, I see a lot of my younger self in them. But hey, I haven't seen a sermon here in this town in years. So all I can hope for is that if they don't have faith in the man above, they at least have faith in each other.
Hello, and welcome to the Bones and Story podcast. I am your host. My name is Nick. I also go by Flux. And today we're going to be kicking off our playthrough of Monster of the Week by Michael Sands. And, of course, joining me today are my friends Justin.
Hi, I'm playing Midas the Searcher.
Sammi.
Hi, I'm Sammi, and I'm playing Millie the Spooktacular.
Perry.
Hi, I'm Perry, and I'm playing your friendly neighbor, the Divine.
And Valentine.
Hi, I'm Valentine, and I'm playing Hallows Eve Venison the Monstrous.
And, if you want to learn more about that, highly recommend going back and listening to our episode 0. It's not technically required, but we are going to be jumping straight into the action. So if you want to learn more about the setting that we're playing in and a bit deeper about the characters and PCs at play here, definitely highly recommend it. So as we're beginning, at the end of our last episode, you guys decided on what the first mystery was going to be, and do you wanna remind me and everyone else what you chose?
It's Sunday. Gotta get down on Sunday.
Well, there is no Sunday.
No,
I'm
isn't.
not even sure what that is, truthfully.
And we are going to be picking up there. So here's the deal. You hunters, you four, are aware of the fact that it rains wine in this town, which is a weird thing for a town to do, but not really your top priority when it comes to like ghouls and vampires, you know? However, a local man from around the area has contacted you, saying that he was there on the edge of town to witness the wine rain last week. But when he talked about it, no one remembered it. In fact, they say that it just went from Saturday to Monday. And he's calling you in to try and figure out what's going on. How would you normally contact you ragtag group of investigators, would you say?
Do you think we have an email?
We get letters by Dove.
I was thinking a fax machine.
I feel like we definitely have like an email or a fax machine.
You have to tell it to the dove, and the dove sends the fax.
Yeah,
That's so true.
it's one of Millie's doves.
It like comes out of the hat and flies and delivers the letter.
Probably a fax machine, probably at a Midas, who is the most normal person of the four of you,
In quotes.
in quotes, but I think it is where you guys are heading today. You have driven in, and what is. Here's another question for you. What are your lodgings like now that you've driven to this town of Fringewater, which is what our town is called? Are you staying in like an Airbnb, a motel, or what's going on here?
I get, yeah, probably like a motel, right? Like,
This place has got to have like a nice kitschy brekkie and breakfast.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bread and breakfast.
Like the room's overpriced, but you get free breakfast in the morning.
Yes.
Like it's kind of a tourist trap. They gotta have beds and breakfast. They gotta have Airbnbs.
Considering that this place is so cramped that you can't really bring your vehicles many places, it probably has like a bed and breakfast of some
We are
kind.
taking up all 2 parking slots at this place.
And it is currently early morning, about 6 or 7 a.m. on Sunday. And you've decided that you're going to meet up with this man at a diner early in the morning. You check your phones and everything, and well, it sure is Sunday, so you're not sure what's up with this like no Sundays deal. In fact, I think the proprietor of the bed and breakfast, a woman named Maribel Dearly, is like, "Oh, that's neat. I haven't seen a Sunday before. I wonder what this is about." I think her and a bunch of early risers are a little bit perplexed as well. You've certainly, yeah, you've heard rumors that in the town of Fringewater, people just don't have Sundays, but you're not entirely sure what that means at the moment.
And actually, before we like get any further, Midas Gold, Midas, my friend Midas.
Yeah.
I said last episode that I was going to hold you to this. What's your tie like? You said you were going to have a new tie. What's your tie?
Yeah, so a couple years back before everything went down, I was actually a guest on Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. So what I am sporting today is an orange tie. Don't laugh at it. This was a big deal for me. I love Scooby-Doo. It is an orange tie covered in purple question marks. You know, like the Scooby-Doo question mark.
Like the Scooby-Doo question marks.
The Scooby-Doo question mark.
And
that is my tie for the entire session.
What Scooby-Doo Guess Who?
You don't know about Scooby-Doo and Guess Who? The Scooby-Doo show where there's a celebrity guest every episode?
I genuinely don't know if you're fucking with me on this or not.
I'm not fucking... No, Flux, this is real. This is 100% real. I'm going to fucking...
Hold on. I'm gonna look this
up with Scooby-Doo and Guess Who.
Scooby-Doo Guess Who. Oh, well, shit. There it is, huh?
I wasn't kidding.
Okay.
The Joker shows up in 3 episodes.
No, don't tell me that. We need to move on. Don't tell me about the Joker.
Oh no, okay. There's Mark. No, yeah, Mark. Yeah, he's not the Joker in every episode. Only one episode.
Okay.
I imagine you're heading to the Sunny Side Down Diner to meet with your contact.
Ooh.
Yay, Contact. I love Contact.
I love Contact.
Contact is basically my 3rd favorite thing.
Gross. You
That's not what I meant, but it can be.
Keep making jokes and we'll see who makes contact.
Oh boy. No, you bells ring, you head into a pretty nice, well-made it's one of those boxcar diners, it's a real actual train diner car that's been set to ground in Fringewater. And there is a bit of a short, stout man with a trucker's cap and sunglasses and a handlebar mustache sitting with a morning coffee. And he notices you freaks and kind of waves you over.
Wow.
Oh, I think that's the guy.
Well, we're not exactly
I also think that's the guy.
We look normal.
We're not exactly easy to miss.
No, you're not. Are you in your like ringmaster's regalia? Are you in your clown makeup, Millie?
Millie is always in her best.
Delightful.
She did make everybody else wait while she got ready.
I would say that it's been a pleasure, but this past week has just been nothing but mysteries for me. See, I'm not technically in this town. I run a gas station about a miles out. Name's Morton, by the way.
Midas Gold. He extends his hand.
He shakes it. He shakes it.
Your friendly neighbor also extends a hand.
He also shakes it with the other hand.
Millie stands up and curtsies.
Well, that's nice.
Hallow just stares at him.
Well, I mean, you can't win them all, I guess.
Luckily for you, mysteries is our business.
Well, is that so? Well, I've got a bit of a big one for you. Like I said, it was about last week, last Sunday exactly. I was just tending to my gas station, and it was the damnedest thing. I had known about the wine rain, some kind of weird phenomenon. It's nothing special. It happens, every couple of years. But when I went back into town, pick up some ice, pick up some canned chicken, you know how it is. I was talking to some of the residents, and they didn't remember a thing. I told them, hey, you have some fun with that wine rain last Sunday, maybe set out a rain barrel or something. And they said, what Sunday? Yesterday was Saturday.
That is perplexing.
What do you mean? This was on Monday. You did this, right?
I went into town on Monday to do my business, and I talked to the locals, and they just... I don't know. This whole thing is... If it was just one local, you can chalk it up to someone being a little bit of a character. But it was like everyone I was talking about.
Well, that sure as heck ain't normal. You sure this isn't some kind of cult town?
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking. I don't know if it's some kind of cult town, but, first sign of trouble, I realized something bad was happening. I looked up in the yellow pages, and I found your little listing. Know exactly who to call. Called you right away.
See, I knew the yellow pages would come in handy.
Oh, so it was you who put us in there.
Of course, the yellow pages have all phone numbers for all sorts of situations, such as plumbers, handymen.
Just those two?
I think we got to get you out more, man.
As he's explaining the situation to you, it is a Sunday after all. You begin to hear the sound of church bells. What do?
As any good religion unknown man should, attend church.
As any good suburban father.
As any good suburban father should.
Wait, so friendly neighbor's just getting up and going off to it?
Yes.
He's just like leaving us in the diner.
He's like the bugs from Wreck-It Ralph.
The townspeople be like, was that today?
As you exit the diner, Sammi, you're actually right a little bit. The townsfolk are a little bit confused. They don't know what a Sunday service is, but I mean, the bells are beckoning them, so they're like, oh, I guess there's something going on at the church.
What's this fucking building doing here?
I mean, usually they use the church for, like, weddings and funerals. But I feel like they're a little bit confused as to, like, there being a thing as Sunday service. Is anyone joining Friendly Neighbor?
Midas is just kind of staring at him like, didn't we just establish that this could be a cult town and we are just mindlessly walking to where the bells tone? I mean...
Sorry, I can't hear you. I'm mindlessly walking to church.
Well, I'd go with him, but last time I went to church, it didn't go too dandy.
So the three of you are staying here with Morton then, is what I'm hearing.
Hallow's following Friendly Neighbor.
Okay.
They're gonna get themselves killed.
You don't know that. Would I kill a PC this early in the podcast?
Yes.
Don't answer that.
Yes.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Come on, we gotta have a little bit of, like, savviness. It would be really funny, though, if, like, we got any of our viewers really attached to, like, Hallow or Friendly Neighbor from episode 0, and episode 1 just dead. Roll up a new character. Sucker.
I'm gonna roll a 2d6 to see if Midas has a heart attack right now.
Please
I'll
don't
do it.
do that. Please don't do that.
Huh, that's interesting.
We just both rolled a 5. What does that mean?
So you two are there. In front of you is a big, like, I wouldn't really say a big church. It's not like a mega church or anything, but it's like a tourist town church. and it is called the Church of the Holy Sabbath. There's a steeple, there's a small little bell tower. You can't really climb it, but you imagine you just kind of step in there and pull a rope. And inside, you see people sitting down, and at the front is a man who looks like in his 60s. He's got like thinning hair. His face is a little bit gaunt. You also read from the sign that this is the presiding pastor, one Father Zacharias Price.
Wow, what a fucking name.
Why did I straight up think you were going to say his last name was Christ?
Is that even like allowed?
It
Like,
can't
I
be,
know, like,
can they?
like I know that there's like Jesus or like Jesus as a name. Can your last name be Christ?
I feel like legally your last name can be anything.
Yeah,
people
but
can
I
be
mean,
named
like,
Christ.
socially, would they get you in trouble?
I mean, these people hardly know what fucking church is. I mean,
I guess.
they've never heard of Sunday before. You think they know about Jesus?
Well, they're about to. What do you two do?
Well, I walk right up to the preacher man
Oh, bold.
and stick out my hand.
I think Father Price adjusts his like little circular glasses on his nose and is like, "Ah, hello. I don't believe I recognize you."
Nope, I'm not from this town, but you can just call me your friendly neighbor.
That is a very weird name, but well, everyone is welcome in the church, no matter who and no matter from where. I hope you enjoy our service today.
Oh, I find quite comfort in holy places.
Do you? Well, you and I are from the same cloth then.
You could say that.
Oh, and who's your friend back there?
This is my cohort, Hollow.
Hello.
Hello, Hollow. Did you see what I did there?
That's hello.
Ahaha. Yes, funny, quite amusing.
Quite. The youth of the town quite enjoy it. My funny wordplays.
Okay.
Well, I must prepare for service. It will begin in a couple of minutes. If you would just have a seat.
Of course.
Do you always do this today?
Well, Sunday is the Sabbath day after all. Now I really must prepare.
His ass knows about Sunday.
His ass knows about Sunday.
He do be knowing about Sunday, though.
You notice this? Me just going to take a seat on a pulpit, though.
How it goes with friendly neighbor. It's kind of like the equivalent of a dad bringing his goth daughter to church.
Oh, taking the Prince of Darkness out for a day.
So, I believe at about that time, at about, let's say, 8 o'clock, I don't know if any of you have ever been in a kind of Protestant church service before, but it's a lot of like talking, maybe going over some like town events, then a lot of like standing up and singing hymns. They've got like one of those really like old cheap projectors with the transparent sheets.
I'm familiar.
I am also familiar.
And that's real nice. That's real fun. At a certain point in the proceedings, Father Price taps on the microphone and says, yes, thank you. Now, it is coming upon the time of Sunday when our special guest will be joining us soon.
Special guest.
And that special guest was the devil.
I am aware that it is usually a shock to some of you, but do please steel yourselves. The majesty of the Lord will protect you.
Oh no.
And he begins to sort of like close his eyes and clasp his hands flat in prayer. And as he does that, a bright light shining through one of the stained glass windows shines down onto a space at the front of the aisle right in front of the pulpit.
Oh.
And you two see, coming from up beneath the floorboards, what looks like a figure of almost molten gold.
Wow.
Hala like leans over to friendly neighbor. She goes, "Does this normally happen at church?"
No.
Okay.
And just this gold and also like white silk fabric comes up from the earth. And I want you to imagine a person with an invisible head. with a golden crown on, spiked up into the air. And the bottom of that crown is sort of like dripping and melting with gold. And even though the man's head is invisible, the gold is like moving from the contours of the face to sort of give you a vague shape.
Uh-huh.
The gold man, we've all seen it.
This swirling, almost like angelic figure. And it is also holding in what you can presume to be hands. It is a little abstract, but in its hands is a large sword. And the crowd has not like breathed once since this started happening. And Father Price simply says, I understand what you are seeing, but be not afraid. I also understand that some of you may be feeling guilt with your lack of temperance last week. It did, in fact, start raining during the proceedings of this town's odd penchant for raining wine. But know that through the Lord that all things are forgiven. And you see as this figure, this sort of like golden angel is sort of like twitching and looking around. Even though it's fluids, its movements are like snappy, almost like concrete breaking apart. What do you two do?
I am sitting politely for the church proceedings.
And Father Price is just continuing to preach just general Christian platitudes, but the audience is silent as this thing is just glaring into each and every one of them.
Hollow leans over. Do you think we should let the others know?
That there is an angel here? Yes.
In the middle of this sermon, this golden angel, this knight, in almost like an instant, just dives down onto the ground and then sinks back down beneath the floors. Almost as if he's like chasing someone.
Oh no.
And Father Price just also looks shocked at this, almost as if this hasn't happened before, and is just, I believe that our messenger of the Lord, our knight, has duties to attend to.
He's going right after Satan.
He's going right after my ass. I think I need to get out of here.
Yeah, what do you two do?
I just stand up calmly. Since this seems like since the angel left, probably not going to continue the service.
No, he's continuing.
Oh, well.
I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Father Price is going to continue his prepared sermon, but
Hallow is gonna aim for the door.
you're both just leaving.
We gotta let the team know.
Yeah, we're both over in the diner still. Maybe we got food.
Oh, but Hollow, I want to speak to the father.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys can separate further.
I feel like that's a bad idea.
It's your plan.
I will just leave him my business card.
Can friendly neighbor be trusted without supervision?
What does your business card look like?
It's a piece of paper that says, your friendly neighbor, and then a phone number.
And then it just has like a little like
Cool.
smiley face.
The phone number changes every time you look at the card.
Weird. I like it though. So, how are you getting into contact with the other two?
Do you think Midas has like a pager?
I was about to say, I don't think Hallow or Friendly Neighbor know how to operate a mobile device.
I can only use a landline.
I mean, you could just walk back over to the diner.
I guess so.
It'll take some time, probably.
Like a minute or two, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine this town is pretty like tightly packed. I know we mentioned in our episode 0 that there wasn't really space for cars to move. It's mostly like foot roads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we probably like page Midas or something.
Back over in the diner, he sat down and started ordering food.
The gas station man, Morton, has just kind of been talking your head off about the weird things in this town. You know, like paper gets messed up. There's an alleyway that you probably shouldn't walk down, all that kind of thing. Depending on how much you did your research, you probably already knew this, but he seems to be very passionate about this.
I mean, to be fair, I can't imagine any alleyway that you're supposed to walk down.
Isn't that the point of alleyways, that you go down them?
Clearly, you haven't read Batman.
Millie is frantically taking notes between sips of off-brand Dr. Beeper that you think that she should not be having this much of at this hour of the morning.
It's like made in house.
What do you mean? Millie is totally a person who should have caffeine.
It's fine and it's normal.
It's fine and it's normal. And I think it's at this point that, like, we see Hallow enter the diner first. And what does this look like? What happens?
Hallow comes in. She walks up to the table. She goes, "There's a gold angel at the church."
Midas kind of just pauses while eating the hoagie. There's what?
Well, shit, ain't that something?
Angel made of gold at the church. Came out floor.
Is it still there, or...?
Sunk back down.
You telling me I've only been in town for a day and they're already taking my look? Jesus.
Your aesthetic isn't really one most people, go for?
Friendly neighbor, have you, entered the diner too at this point? Are you part of this conversation?
I was not too far behind. Yes, that was another angel. Of what divinity, I am not sure of. I would have to check.
Morton just kind of puts down his coffee and is like, an angel, that's, them's the good guys though, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends on what side you're on.
You just look at him. Just stare at him for a moment.
Morton is very uncomfortable with this.
Well, angels own all sorts of domains. Think of it like that, you know? They can domain over all sorts of good things, but sometimes they get a little twisted up.
I don't know, I'm not a church-going fella, so I wouldn't know, but,
Priest knew it was Sunday.
Oh.
Oh, yes, he did know what a Sunday is.
You should have said that first, bitch!
Well, no, I feel like that it does not take priority over the angel made out of gold, but
I know what my priorities are. Midas.
what?
She just kind of looks at you.
I feel like the angel is the more important takeaway from... Never mind. Can we go talk to this guy?
yeah, you'd have to wait until church is over, but
Right.
you could also crash the sermon.
No.
We should probably try and make a good impression, you know?
Yeah, we've only
It
been in
would be
town a
rude to
day.
crash the church service.
I mean, are we entirely certain they're gonna remember today?
Exactly. Who knows if they will even remember today? It seemed from what the father was implying, they don't. They will not.
Well, I guess that crosses out a temporal anomaly.
You have no idea what's going on here. Maybe it's a temporal anomaly, but it's entirely up to you what your next move is.
Millie thinks that we should wait until the sermon is over.
I mean, Midas is going to lean against the front door of the church for the next hour or two, waiting for the, pastor to leave.
Are we splitting up again, then?
Our asses are just, chilling outside the church.
I wonder if since I too am a divine being, I can try to sense where the other angel is.
Is this something you were actively trying to do?
Yes.
That sounds like an investigate a mystery move. When you investigate a mystery, roll plus sharp.
However, in this case, it's a minus for me.
Oh, God.
Well,
Oh, no.
You can do it, Perry.
I assume we go back to the church first.
if this is happening outside the church, probably.
I can't imagine we could try and investigate a mystery in the diner.
Wow.
Wow!
That was
Holy
near
shit.
catastrophic.
Do you wanna say what you just rolled?
Well, on a 2d6, my result was 2,
No, your result was a 3 minus 1, bringing it to 2.
which means it was a roll that sucked no matter what.
It sucked. Now, in Monster of the Week, rolling badly and getting under 7 doesn't necessarily mean that you don't do it. It means that the keeper makes a hard move. And I think in this case, you were probably gunning for the investigate a mystery question, where did it go?
Indeed.
I'll let you do it. You know exactly where it's going. It has gone to some of the back alleyways.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, of course.
That's fine.
Not the alleyway, just some general alleyways between buildings.
And as that was a failed roll, I get to mark an experience.
That is true. You also get to mark experience on a failed roll.
Congratulations, I have detected where it has gone. Follow
Oh,
me.
that's good.
Leaving without checking if anyone is following.
I'm very scared as to what the hard move here is.
Millie is like skipping after Friendly Neighbor.
The hard move, I believe, is as you are going through the alleyways, you hear shouting, and out from a corner runs a teenager about 17 who has a large gash across their chest and very clearly needs medical help.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Oh my.
What do you do?
Oh, that's no good.
Oh God, blood.
You guys got to get out of here right now.
What is the matter?
I'm bleeding is the matter. Weird thing. You guys got to run. What do you do?
Where's it? Where's the teenager like gashed across?
Left shoulder to right hip.
Oh.
Holy
Oh.
fuck.
Jesus.
This is your hard move, is that a civilian is grievously wounded and may not make it unless things happen.
Well, not to potentially make a second roll in a row, but I can lay on hands.
You can what?
Lay on hands. Your touch can heal injury and disease.
Is that what you want to do right now?
Do
The
that.
question is, will he let me, a total stranger, just touch him?
I think he's in a bit of pain. If you try and grab him, he might squirm. I don't think he has the strength to, like, escape or fight back.
Mostly just me putting my hands on his shoulder and going, hello, my son.
Oh wow.
What? And you're using lay on hands?
Yes, which is my cool, which is a +2.
Hey, it's better than what you had last time.
Perry rolls another 2.
I swear to God, I'm scared of it.
That's an 8.
What does lay on hands say happens on an 8, a mixed success?
On a 7 to 9, you can heal the harm or illness as on a 10+, but you take it onto yourself.
Oh no.
Okay, you can heal this guy's wounds. You're going to be marking 3 harm.
Jesus!
Friendly neighbor is now also dripping gold.
So what does this look like as you lay on hands?
Well, it's a lot like the flesh just undoing what happened, knitting itself back together.
Cool.
And then the exact same thing happens to you.
No, and then a burst of light slices through my chest, and that's just there now, like somebody shining a flashlight across my torso.
Oh!
Ow.
Well, that's gonna make talking to the locals real damn awkward.
This guy is fine. He's in a beanie, and he just kind of looks at you aghast and is like, "What the hell?"
Beanie boy.
Hey, don't worry about it. Why don't you run on out of here before you get grievously injured again?
Yeah, there's still shouting going on from the alleyway as this is happening.
Oh, yes, the alleyway. Let us go.
But no, this boy is going to run off. And as you run into the alleyway, you see a couple other teenagers are currently getting accosted by this
Thing.
by this angel. It's kind of humanoid, but every time it moves, it just sort of like shifts its form with the sound of crackling. As you come in, you currently see it pulling its golden broadsword out of some brickwork. What do you do?
I think Midas is gonna pull his gun on this.
I open my mouth.
I think that Millie whistles at it and taps her stupid decorative ass cane on the ground. Hey over here!
I just wave. Hello.
Let's say you, friendly neighbor, get a sense of its, like, intentions. You don't know this, it looks like it's eyeing up, like, some cigarettes on the ground.
Oh my God, I hate sin.
Flux, cryptid sighting. First time I see a monster, I get to investigate a mystery question.
That is true. What is your question?
What can hurt it?
It's made of gold. You've got Google, you tell me what tarnishes gold.
Literally anything.
But as this is happening, there's a teenager as well that is kind of running from it. It stomps out these cigarettes. Presumably these teenagers were doing a no-no in its eyes. And it just sort of like puts its broadsword aggressed and begins advancing on one of those teenagers again.
Midas is going to start shooting it.
It's not going to fight back, so it's not kick some ass. What are you shooting it with? What is its harm rating?
My gun is a 2 harm close reload.
Okay. Pachoo, you hear these, and these shots are just plinking off of its golden body.
Oh, fuck! That usually works.
Can I run up at it and try and slice it with my sickle?
You can. You, seeing that Midas's gun isn't working, you run up and try and get at it with your sickle. What is your sickle's harm rating?
It's my big knife. It's 1 harm hand.
Well, if 2 harm's not going to do it, it just bounces off. And I think what happens here is as it bounces off, like mid-swing to try and get at one of these teenagers, it just freezes.
Wait,
And you hear the cracking as it moves what you think might be where a head should be
oh.
to look at you.
Hi. Can I use one of my natural attacks instead of my big knife?
You can, that is, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to use my teeth, which are 3 harm intimate, and using my add ignore armor.
So you're going to grab this thing and like bite into it.
I try and like bite the I guess it's neck. I can see some of it, right, because of the gold. I try and bite its neck area and like rip at it.
You bite down into it and you just start sinking into it as it begins sort of like cracking a little bit. I'm going to have you roll to kick some ass in that case.
What do I roll? 2d6?
Plus your tough.
My tough, it's +2. Okay.
Hey, pretty good.
You are so min-maxed.
I am so min-max.
You really are.
Hey, that's a 6.
Mark experience.
I mean, that's a success, right?
No, that's
No.
a miss.
A 6 is a miss. A 7 to 9 is a mixed success.
Aww.
So mark 1 experience. So yeah, you begin biting down into it, but like the neck area just like the gold keeps like rippling and roiling and repelling your attacks. You can't really get a good foothold, and it just takes its sort of like a hand and it begins gripping around your wrist. And it just moves in an incredibly strong motion and just slams you into the brickwork.
Great.
That is 2 harm.
Great.
What are the rest of you doing in this situation?
I have something I want to do. This may be stretching my paraphernalia a little bit, but
I'm willing to hear you out.
so you see, I was looking up what like tarnishes or weakens or damages gold, and I'm seeing here on the internet that harsh chemicals are really bad for gold. One of my paraphernalias is generalized camping gear, and when you're on the road for a long time and you're out camping and shit, you know, sometimes you need to be able to like hand clean really fucked up parts of your clothes, especially when you have a fancy costume to take care of like mine. What I'm saying is that I want to splash bleach at this thing.
Ooh.
Would I think you would have bleach?
My camping gear plus my fancy outfit that I need to keep good.
As a fan of the Hunters, I will let this happen, but it's definitely got its eyes on you and your party now. I think this is also going to be a kick some ass roll to get close enough to be able to splash bleach on it.
Which unfortunately I am -1 in.
We're doing great, boys.
We're doing so well.
It's good. Okay, so what is this? 2d6 -1?
That would be kick some ass.
Woo!
Hey, that's boxcars.
Oh.
Bleach this bitch.
So on a 7 and 9, you and whenever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. On a 10 plus, you can also choose an extra effect. Either you gain the advantage, take +1 forward, or give a forward to another hunter. You either inflict terrible harm, which is +1 harm. You suffer less harm, which is -1 harm, or you force them where you want them.
I'm thinking either force them where I want them or give forward or the forward option.
You bump me, I can tear its throat out.
I mean, it might be helpful to maybe get the thing away from those kids so they can get away.
Oh, it's focused on us now, isn't it?
It's focused on you right now at the moment.
Okay.
Don't worry, I can be like, hello, children, get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say force it. I'm gonna say force it where we want it, which is to force it kind of further into a corner away from the teenagers.
Well, the teenagers are in the corner. You would need to force it out of a corner.
Can I force it out of a corner?
You can. You kind of force them away from the teenagers, one of which immediately bolts.
Millie's kind of rapidly hand gesturing at friendly neighbor
What am I being hand gestured at for?
to get the kids to.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get those kids out of here!
Get the fuck out of here!
No, you have to be completely explicit with what you want friendly neighbor to do. Come on, children, let us go. Holding out hands like a teacher on a school field trip.
Goodbye.
The teens are they're just running. They don't need to follow you.
You know, I was hoping to try to talk to the ankles.
You still can
but
go after them if you want.
I'm sure they're fine.
Well, you know what happens when we assume, but sure. you've now just kind of like gotten bleach onto this thing, and it's sort of like out of the corner now. What happens next?
I'm still gonna let us just try to talk to it.
I don't think you have the move that allows you to talk to monsters.
I don't. You're right.
No, if you take an advancement, you can take that from, I think it's the Pararomantic or the Spookies playbook, but you do not have that move.
Well, since I cannot talk to it, 5 demon bag.
As you are going to do this, this thing sees that it is kind of like that these children are getting away, and it just begins to slink into the ground.
Fuck.
I'm continuing to fire off the last of
It's
my.
not. It's not working.
He's got to do something. The gun's all he has.
Sometimes you just are not equipped for the monster.
I will say this thing has at least 3 armor,
Oh fucking hell!
which means that really the only thing that can actively hurt it
Is my teeth.
is you. But remember, this is also Monster of the Week. You need to like use its weakness against itself. And just a little bit of bleach, I don't think, is going to tarnish an entire gold being.
Listen, I did my best with what
Hey,
I
no,
thought.
you still managed to get the kids away from this danger. I think that's the success here.
What do we need, a fucking flamethrower?
I don't know. You guys are the hunters. You tell me.
Let's find one.
But regardless, now you are in the middle of an empty alleyway.
Oh, it left.
Yes, it's gone. It didn't like its chances. It was 4 of you guys and 1 of him. He was gonna leave.
Maybe I should go peek just around the corner at the running away teenagers.
Sure, they've kind of reconvened at like a park bench.
I wave at them. Hi.
They just kind of look at you incredulously.
Their asses are traumatized.
Also, I would like to make a redaction to my previous statement of what it looks like when I got injured. It doesn't look
Yes.
like a big glow of paint. It looks like, you know, when somebody tears wallpaper.
Oh,
Ooh,
Oh, so there's just a second dad under there.
goodbye.
Oh boy.
there's a different apron underneath.
Friendly neighbor, you scaring the kids.
Not intentionally.
So what do you want out of this interaction? What are you trying to do here?
Well, honestly, has the angel left any trace of itself behind?
That would be an investigate a mystery roll, probably. But you're not over there, you're over with the kids.
I think I'm gonna look around the ground and stuff in that alley.
Sure, Midas Gold, you can make an investigate a mystery roll then.
I was gonna say, well, I can soothe the kids, though. It's not even a roll. I can just do it.
Sure, but let's deal with this first. Your investigate a mystery roll.
Wow, come on.
Now you know how I feel.
That is a
It's a 5.
3 plus 2, a 5.
Oh my god.
So, let me think. What happens here? Okay, there's still a glob of gold on the ground.
Yeah.
And you, investigating, take it. And as you hold it in your hands, you feel a wave pass over you. So, Midas, question.
Mhm.
What's the worst thing that you've ever done in your life?
Oh,
The worst thing I've ever done?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Jesus Christ, you gotta give me a minute to think. I got a lot of them.
I'm talking bottom of the barrel. The number one thing that keeps you up at night.
I think Midas, like, shut down a guy's career before it could get started.
Really? What's the story there?
He felt pressured by this guy. So somebody who obviously had a lot more talent than Midas does, much more automatically charismatic, and used his power within the network to prevent his career from even getting started.
You felt kind of threatened as if he would like take your job.
Yes.
And like where is this guy now? Did you like look up and see what happened to him?
Oh my goodness. I mean, he went through kind of a downward spiral. He ended up with a lot of like the wrong people, and I know that if I didn't do that he'd probably be doing great right now. Probably better than I am.
Yeah, he probably just works in like what would be like a low-level production job. Like he probably works in like
Instead of working in TV, he runs like a podcast with a bunch of guys that are like
Wow.
kind of shitty.
Oh my god, white guy with a podcast. He's like one of those guys who talks about like how milk is effeminizing the population or something.
Like
Who did
yeah,
that to him?
instead of getting to be like the new
The next
like,
Jimmy Fallon. He's
yeah,
just
the next
like,
Jimmy Fallon. He's like some guy who talks about like his trip to the grocery store.
He doesn't even get that many views.
No, he can't even crack like 100 on each, and Midas did that.
He didn't even get to be on a thing of Ben and Jerry's.
He didn't even get to be on the Ben and Jerry's.
So as you are holding this thing, you just feel a wave of guilt rush over you as those memories sort of like worm into your head. And everything now suddenly starts feeling heavier. Like you're wearing a suit of literal gold. And you can't get him out of your mind.
Hallow, who's like recovering from being slammed into a brick wall and kind of like looks over and is like, you alright?
It was all my fault.
You want to be a little more specific about that?
I mean, I don't think you were gonna get it when it went into the floor.
And Midas just kind of like slumps to his knees.
Oh my god.
So we jump cut then over to Friendly Neighbor, who you said you were going to use Soothe on these they're not kids, they're teenagers.
Yeah.
So can you read out what Soothe does again? Just a quick reminder.
Soothe. When you talk to someone for a few seconds in a quiet voice, you can calm them down, blocking any panic or other negative emotions they have. This works even if the thing that freaked them out is still present, as long as your voice can be heard.
So you're using your sort of like fatherly charms to be like, hey, sports.
Hello, my kids.
After a couple moments around you, they definitely like loosen up their shoulders and just continue trying to catch their breath.
May I ask you young folks what you were doing in that alley? Smile.
They just kind of like look at each other and was just like, I think the one, there's a lady there who just says, you're just hanging out.
I do the supportive coach, getting down on one knee, chin in hands. And were you kids, as they saying, bumming some cigs?
It's the cool thing to do, okay? I imagine like they open up to you because of Soothe. This isn't going to work for everyone, but they're teenagers, you know? And you're their friendly neighbor. You're just kind of, it's a cool thing to do. And then that thing came out of the ground and nearly killed Wesley.
Wesley.
The one with the beanie. No, he is fine.
He is?
Yes.
Oh, that's a relief.
Now, question. How old are you children?
I think one of them panics a moment and just says, I'm 35.
Are you? Looking at the dad look.
I'm 16.
Thank you for the confirmation. Please do not smoke anymore on Sunday.
Hey, sorry, what'd you say?
Sunday?
Is that like a thing?
That is right now.
Pulls out their phone. Sunday.
Yes, an entire day of the week exists. Talk to your parents about Sunday today. Well, I have all the info I think I need. Thank you, teenagers.
You said that Wesley was good, right?
When I last saw him run off, yes.
Okay, good. His father would have killed us if anything happened to him. So back at the alleyway, Friendly Neighbor's probably coming back at this point.
Midas is having an existential
Midas is having a bit of an
Yeah,
existential crisis.
He's just on his knees holding this thing. Fucking like tears are starting to form in his eyes.
Oh, he's crying.
Oh my god.
What do you guys do?
Hallow is like respectfully like standing back. She's not touching that.
Lily's like patting his shoulder really hard. Hey, come on. Come on, it's not that bad.
Friendly Neighbor, what are you doing now?
I suppose I should find my way back to the others. Hello, others.
Hallow motions like wordlessly towards whatever is happening over there.
Oh, can I? Now again, playing on rules of me also being a divine being, can I get any sense of what's happening to poor Midas?
He's crying.
He's on his hands and knees sobbing.
I'll try to soothe him then.
I suppose that would work. Yeah. What do you say to soothe Midas?
Hello, my friend Midas. How are you doing? You look awful. What are you holding there?
Gold
Where did you get the gold?
ground.
Right. Just slaps it out of his hand.
Just kind of hits the ground.
Ever since he started talking to you, you've been feeling better, because that is what Soothe sort of does.
Thanks, man. He's like standing up straight now and like tightening his tie.
So, what is your guys' next move? For what it's worth, church is probably over.
Okay. I think we need to go back to the church, boys.
Is that what you guys are gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
Why
I
not?
feel like the sermon's got to be coming to a close soon.
No, the church is probably over by now, I'd say.
Then let's go.
By the time you get over there, the last few people are starting to clear out of the church. And I think as the last one goes, you see Father Price also rushing out of the church. What do you do?
Midas is going to step through the door and accidentally bump into him.
So you're not even going to let him leave.
No.
Okay, you just kind of bump into him and he falls back on his ass and just, pardon me, I really must be going.
Actually, are you the pastor?
That I am. Now, if you'll excuse me.
No. I got a question for you real quick.
I don't even know who you are.
You don't... He doesn't...
That hurts a little bit.
What the fuck? Oh my god. What do you not have cable?
I
Some kind of book reader?
devote my time into my studies.
Use some kind of book reader, he says.
It is a very
Oh my-
specific book that I like to read, you see.
Is it the Bible?
I wish that you
Yes,
could
it's the
maybe
Bible.
devote, Sunday nights at 8 for over 15 years. I mean, come on.
Why would he do anything on Sunday nights? That's the Lord's Day.
Well, regardless, what are you asking of him? You've got a moment before he probably gets up and tries to leave again.
I wanted to ask you something real quick. What is today's date?
What time of year do you guys think it is? I was imagining summer.
Yeah, like
Summer
Yeah.
probably fits.
So probably July or August.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it is August 28th. Now, I really must be going, and he moves past you.
What I wanted to know is, as well, do you live in town?
He's going. He's leaving.
I trip him.
You're gonna trip him.
Trip
I
him.
trip him.
Oh my.
Trip him.
Okay. You trip the pastor outside of his church. And
Whoa.
he kind of skids to the ground. What happens next?
I don't know. I imagine Midas keeps talking to him.
See, Pastor, we're dealing with a little bit of an issue here. We're obviously not from in town. Nobody here knows what a Sunday is, but you do. Isn't that a little weird?
Yes, it's the Lord's Day. Now, I really must be... He's getting himself back up. Now, I have matters to attend to.
Allow me to try something.
What are you doing?
Excuse me, Father. My compatriots do not have the tact for a situation like this that I do, or the experience. Allow me to offer a sincere congratulations.
If this is Sue, this isn't working on him.
Oh, it's not.
Okay.
I'm just trying to talk to him regularly, normally.
I was talking to him normally. This is how I talk to everybody.
Yeah, no, he picks himself up and immediately begins to leave again. He does not want to talk right now.
Sir, I am also an angel.
Roll to manipulate someone.
Is it manipulation if it's the truth?
Yes.
Once you have given them a reason, tell them what you want them to do and roll plus charm.
Oh, that's a -1.
You've given them a reason. What are you trying to get them to do? To talk to you is what's happening?
Yeah, to talk to me genuinely.
Okay.
Fuck.
That is a 7 minus 1, which is a 6.
Lads, we're not doing very
Hey,
good.
hey, somebody help me out here. Somebody.
Hey, I can help you out.
How do you help out in this situation?
What if I used my gun?
what? What did
What?
you just say to me?
Sorry, elaborate on that.
Well, if I feel like a gun just adds more pressure, he might just blurt it out.
We are in public.
We
Yeah,
should
but I
not
mean-
be threatening the priest.
I feel like no
In
one's going to
public.
remember this tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but we kind of still need to get as much done on Sunday as we can, I feel.
So you're... Oh my god. Why did I choose you to do this podcast with?
Because you love us.
I
Hey,
have
you
done nothing wrong. I have done
friends.
nothing wrong. All I did Let's talk you into letting me throw bleach at an angel.
Look, he's not gonna like shoot the guy. He's just gonna like open his suit
So
jacket
your
enough to
idea
show it off.
of helping out
That is a threat.
is to threaten him with a gun.
I am insinuating that a gun might be used.
That's a threat.
You know what?
That's a threat.
I'm letting you do this not because I think it'd be interesting if you succeed, but because you're going to get positively shit fucked if you fail. You may roll plus cool now.
Well, Justin, if you fuck us,
Okay, well that's an 8.
Did it.
On a 7 and 9, your help grants them +1 to their roll, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger. Okay, so here's what happens. He sees the gun, and for a moment, he stops, and he's just like, an angel, huh? Which means on that +1 brings your manipulate someone to a 7. On a 7 and 9, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. How do I know that you're an angel? You do not look like that golden body.
shit, none of my abilities can be used technically right now unless one of you guys injured.
I mean, flavor is free. Flavor is free if you want to, like, try and do something that you
Okay.
think would, like, fit.
So, right before his very eyes, I know exactly what to do. I press my hands to the walls of the church, and they're freshly painted now.
Wow.
Whoa!
Millie whistles and starts applauding.
I feel like you could have just made a halo appear or something, right? Do you have those?
That's rather cliche.
Yeah, you can do that kind of shit with sleight of hand. This is the realio deal.
I think that's the kind of mundane thing that just, like, it works because it doesn't really matter. But in this case, he's just, you are a strange one. Yes, come in. Let's go into the church.
We did it, boys.
Only Midas isn't going to go into the church because he's immediately tackled by 5 parishioners before he can put his gun away.
Oh, what the fuck!
Good
You
luck,
got your
Midas.
own little militia?
You fucking pointed a gun at a preacher outside of a church.
And he succeeded in his role. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he did succeed. He did help out, and Zacharias Price did want to talk, but now he has to face the consequences of his actions.
It's fine. It could have been much worse for both of us.
It could have been on Monday.
Fucking dickhead.
So we'll get to you 3 in a second. You have 5 people on top of you, and you can hear one of them calling 911.
I want to telekinesis the phone out of his hands.
Yeah, I guess this is you also have your guardian with you, huh?
You know what? Yeah, let's let Solenis do something. Let's have him help me out here.
Can you read out what Guardian does?
Guardian, you have a mystical ally who helps and defends you. Define them and their powers with the Keeper's Agreement, and then it just describes what it could look like. We agreed that he's an invisible guy who can interact with the world.
Okay, so I think Solenis just starts fighting with this guy.
Yeah.
He just kind of, like, grapples.
The guy who's
This-
dialing 911.
This photo-negative Midas Gold is grappling. And
Oh, his ass is grappling.
there are still, like, 5 people on top of you, though. And they're starting to notice that their 6th is being accosted by some invisible force. And one of them says, "What kind of devilry is this?"
Look, I've had a bad couple of months.
They're not getting off of you.
Well, they certainly ain't dialing 911 either, are they?
I think what happens here is that the 911 was called, but this guy is now too preoccupied with an invisible assailant to, like, say anything. So you've bought yourself time. They're still gonna come here soon.
Could I try telekinesis to throw all of them off of me?
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. So telekinesis, when you fling something with your mind, roll plus weird.
All right.
I am not.
Okay, let's do this.
You little meow meow.
Hold on, I have a 1 on weird. Wow!
That's Snake Eyes.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh,
Just
juice.
roll better.
Just roll better.
On a miss, something goes horribly wrong.
So one of these men is inside out now.
Hey,
On a miss, something goes horribly wrong, huh?
on an aside, reminding of misses, do I still mark my experience for the 6 I got, even though Justin boosted it?
No, you would not.
No.
Okay, just
It's
checking.
whatever the result of the roll is.
I mean, hey, Justin, you get to mark an experience now too for that.
Yeah, that's another one for me. Yay!
Doing
So what
good this
goes
time.
horribly wrong here? I think you burst them off of you, and one of them hits their head on the brickwork of the church hard.
Oh no.
Oh,
Killed that
Now
guy.
you've gone and done it.
And I think everyone's starting to like run away now.
I'm also marking 2 damage there too because of my fucking telekinesis. Or wait, no, do I mark 2 harm there? Doesn't actually say on a miss mark 2 harm.
On a miss, something goes horribly wrong. Means you don't do what you set out to do, or I guess in this case I'd say in this case you do. I'm gonna be nice with you since this is your first telekinesis roll, and I already established that in the fiction.
Fair enough.
But what goes horribly wrong here is like, this guy is like, he's fucking done.
Oh god. He's not dead, is he?
Oh my god,
He's hesitating.
I don't think modern medicine can fix him.
Oh!
You've permanently disfigured that man.
He's just like, you got them off of you. This man is like, his face is like upside down.
Oh god!
What do you do?
I think you should run.
I think I'm gonna run. This just became an active crime scene.
Yeah, it did.
I just upside down some guy.
so Justin's just gonna get to go on his own side adventure now, huh?
Inside of the church, as this whole thing was happening, the pastor goes back up to the pulpit and is like, "Under which angel do you serve?"
It's hard to exactly explain that I am simply just a divinity of the suburbs.
Yeah, you're not working under a framework of divinity that he's used to. He is very Catholic. Actually, no, I said Protestant earlier, I think.
You did.
He's very Protestant.
It's fine, close enough, right?
Yeah, no, Catholic and Protestant, that's about the same thing, right? You know, there's
No.
Anybody Catholic or Protestant is watching this, you better not say shit. Okay, I don't want to hear a word.
it's fine.
I don't want any Catholic Protestant drama.
Please do not have another Christian schism.
Thank you.
So he just asks you, like, for whom do you serve?
I simply serve the Lord.
You said you wish to talk to me.
I wish to talk to you about the angel among your choir.
Yes, that Knight of Michael. In the many years that I have been visited by him, he had not once left during a proceeding.
A curious thing, I have been told, as these proceedings are not something the townsfolk here remember.
Seeing the light of the Lord is a lot for their brains to handle, and I worry about them now more than ever. Last week during our church proceedings, bountiful wine rained from the sky, as it does every once in a while. It is not common. And my parish immediately went outside to fill their cups and indulge.
Ah,
I am afraid that such an act has angered the knight. I worry that such lack of temperance has made it leave my flock.
I'm afraid that it has once again stirred into righteous action.
He kind of has a look of pain on his face as he says, "Righteous, is it?"
Righteous is subjective.
I tried to kill some kids in an alleyway.
I'm sorry, it what?
Your Knight of Michael appears to have discovered some underage use of cigarettes and then tried to kill them.
This is the exact thing that I was worried about. I must get going. And he begins making for the door.
Please, Father, allow us to help.
It is a foregone conclusion of what happens at the end of this Sunday, but were you to stop the worst case scenario, I would be ever grateful.
And what would that be?
That my flock is punished for its lack of temperance. It is a future that I wish to not come to pass.
By flock, you mean like the town, right?
Yes, I do. I am afraid that this town is now in great danger so long as that thing roams the streets.
Before you go, can you at least tell us one thing? When did it first arrive?
40 years ago.
Oh my god.
Every Sunday. But do not worry, I ensure that there is no mass panic. It is my burden to take on.
Of course, Father.
Now I really must be going. And what are you doing about this body, Justin?
You killed someone outside.
Solenis is willing to help you, whatever it is you want to do.
We're both grabbing an end and putting it into my trunk.
What trunk? You do not have your car here with you.
Well, then we're running into the woods with him, I guess.
Yeah?
I don't think they have cameras. I don't imagine there's like a CCTV at this church. I'm going into the woods. Could we say that maybe there was a shovel at the church? Like if there was a cemetery attached?
I think it'd be reasonable to say there's a cemetery attached.
I flipped the fucking guy's face upside down. That man's not gonna be breathing in a little bit.
I think he was dead long before that, Justin.
I gotta get rid of this guy.
You, did, super fucked up unethical brain aneurysm powers.
I didn't mean to!
You
Well-
exploded his brain!
Yeah, me and Solenis are burying him in the woods, I guess.
Well, remember that worst thing you ever did?
Yeah,
This is
Well,
it
you
now.
have worse
this
now.
is it now.
Yeah, congratulations. You now have a new worst thing.
We're just burying him in the woods.
I'll let you choose. Do you manage to get the hell out of there before Father Price leaves?
Yeah, I think so. I think the second everybody scrambled, he saw the body and was like, fuck, we gotta get this out of here.
Oh, those are witnesses.
They're witnesses, but like,
Witnesses to what?
what are they gonna say to the police? That I flipped a guy's face upside down?
I don't think they saw the face. That's a point in your favor.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be real with you. RPGs are very fun. We play to find out what happens. I made a little mystery about a weird angel thing showing up in town, and now we're burying a body in the woods. Play to find out what happens.
Not even Flux knows what will happen.
I mean, it's only manslaughter. It was accidental.
It's only manslaughter.
Technically speaking,
Okay.
I never put my hands on him.
You run into the woods. I really like the image of, you have hands and Solenis has feet, but no one can see Solenis, so it just kind of looks like...
Yeah.
like it's like a costume or something. My legs are fake legs and my real legs are sticking out or something. Like
Like you're carrying a large board out flat in front of you.
Yeah.
we're just running into the woods and half of his body is just supported by itself.